Okay. So far, do you have any questions on what I said? Do you think you
No.
can actually learn something from what I said?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let me tell you, to be able to finish our Java, actually, we have this kind of modules that is remaining. It's actually 5. Okay. So this is the last one.
Okay.
So what we're having at the moment to learn is we need to learn something that is called array list. So this is a start. And then we need to learn a module about sorting arrays, how to
Okay.
sort an array. And then these two topics is related to object-oriented programming and related to classes. This is some kind of features that you are able to use with classes. Okay, and then
Yeah.
the last thing is recursion. Did you hear about it before?
No.
Um, so recursion is just a way that we are able to simplify the code by making a function call itself many times. So, for example, um, let's say find small. So imagine that you have a function that is called find small number. Okay. So inside it, this take a list, and then
Yeah.
you do some if statement inside, and then you start to call find small again inside the function. So here, this is your function, this is your main function, and inside it, you call again find small. In details, we will go through that, but it is a function that keep calling itself until it reach a certain level. So it is like just as a simple like that. So imagine this is a well, a deep well, and there is water
Yeah.
inside here. So imagine that you have a ladder that you are able to put it down here like that. So this ladder is actually small, but you are able to extend it. So you keep extending the ladder at a fixed distance like that, and you keep
Yeah.
extending it until you reach the bottom. You pick up something from the bottom, and then you start to come up again. This is exactly the same concept of recursion. So you keep calling, function keep calling itself until it reach a bottom level that you yourself decide. Once it reach it, then it start coming back again, and then ending the function. So it is like, okay,
Mm.
for example, I'm seeing a condition that keep dividing 100 by 2 until you reach 1 or 0. So we keep, every time we call the function, we keep dividing this 100 by 2. So first time we end up with 50. And then we divide it again by 2. We reach up 25. We keep dividing by 2, and so on until we reach 1
Mm.
or 0. So 1 or 0 is your bottom. And once you reach it, you start to come back. So of course, this is something that we will see, but this will be the last thing that we talk about in Java.
Mm.
And then this is my advice, but this is optional for you to choose, because again, I somehow I don't want you to get bored. If you get bored, then I will not be able to teach you well. And I mean, I will teach, but then you lose your focus, and then we will earn nothing at the end. So
Yeah.
I want you to not to get so much bored. I have an option to actually to teach you how to make a project. We write a big
Mm.
project. We can
Mm.
do it in parallel while we are still trying to learn the basics of Python. So we can dedicate half an hour for it every class, and then we
Yeah.
start to moving to Python. So this project, you have a chance to make it on mobile applications. So like for
Mm.
Android, and this is an option,
Yeah.
or just a simple project like a system that takes care of patients in a hospital or something like that. So also this is another
Mm.
possibility. So you choose. I will try to get something that make you more interested, like maybe more to games a bit. But of
Mm.
course, to be able to enter games that will make us dive deeply in other libraries, that is,
Yeah.
it will take us too far. I don't want that. I just want you to, I want the project to make you feel that what you studied, you're able to make use of it and
Yeah.
think properly on how every part of what you learn can really work together. This is the aim of the project.
Yeah.
So again, like what I'm saying, the project is optional.
Yeah.
If you want it, okay, I can try to plan it according to what interests you. If not,
Yeah.
then we just don't do it. So it is based on you. If you want to go through it, let me know. I will try to find something that is maybe kind of interesting. So it means that I will give you maybe 3 or 4 topics that we can build software on or project with, and then we start to
Yeah.
go through it and analyze it, and then make a small parts of it, and then make them work together. Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, think about it and let me know. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
again, like I told you, it depends on how fast we can progress, but I would say five 5 to 8 more classes, and then we will start to really totally complete this Java. Okay, and
Okay.
then we
Okay.
can start moving to Python. That totally depends on of course your focus.
Yeah.
I mean, no point that I teach you something and then I find that you don't really understand it, then I bypass it, then that is not really fair.
Yeah.
From all prospects. Okay, so okay, do you have any questions so far?
No.
Okay, let me then go back to Mhm. But you didn't tell me so far that what does really interest you. I still didn't know it. I,
uh I mean, a lot of different things. Like, you mean in terms of anything or in terms of coding or?
in terms of computer science in general, so far you have seen programming in Java, but
Mm.
what does, I mean, which field that you want to go inside the computer science?
That is probably cybersecurity.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. But you have to also know that that cybersecurity is not the only thing. Like people, when if you like data and you like analysis,
Yeah.
um, you will you will write you will write Python, and this Python will be fixed in a way that after 1 or 2 years, the code that you write will be not changing. You don't need to change your code. But the problem
Yeah.
is you will be passed a problem. So in this data analysis, they pass you a problem either in healthcare or in even sales. So a
Yeah.
lot of companies is producing a lot of sales data. So for example, they will tell you, we have this store, for example, Lazada or Shopee. Tell us from the history of 2 or 3 years of sales, tell
Yeah.
us the time that most likely people like to make orders, and what is the time of the day and the months and the year, or no, day and months, that the people would respond to our discount or offers. So this is, you have to
Mm.
look at the data and analyze it. So that is more of, if you like math and statistics, that will, you only use a little bit of Python, and then you are able to do the job. And also people who are working in data analysis is not bad. It's not as good career as cybersecurity. So I mean, there is a lot of competition because a lot of people is learning that data analysis compared to
Yeah.
cybersecurity. But it's also a career path that is also optional in front of you. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah.
now we have one remaining, two remaining exercises. I will somehow focus on new things. I will not give you that to do it now. So sorry, I didn't share with you the screen yet. I need to share it with you.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay. The two remaining exercises in the current slide is to write most frequent digit. So we need to, this method or function takes a number like that.
Okay.
And it need to count the occurrences of numbers here. So you see here, 6 is repeated how many times? 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
Okay. So if you
4 times.
4 times? Yeah, 4 times. Yeah, here and here. So that is good. So 2 is repeated only 2 times, right? So
Yeah.
you need to return. So you give it a number, you need to return 6 here. So if you are giving another number which is like this, so you need to count. We have 3 that is occurred 2 times, and 5 also occurred 2 times, but he wants the lower value, the one with the lower value. Okay, so that is an exercise. Okay, I don't want to take time here, but I still want you to look at that. Okay, so okay, now another thing that before we move on, so this is the lab, which means that it's the end of the module. So he wants you to write a method that is called at least one odd that accept an array of integers, return whether there is at least one odd number in the array. I think this is easy, right?
Yeah, should be.
So finding even and odd numbers is easy. It is just that we need to make sure that the list does not have or does not have an odd number. And then also another, this is slightly tricky. So he wants you to shift a list. So this is a list. He wants you to take a list and shift each element one position to its right. And the last element will be wrapped back to the first. So it means that this, so you need to move things to this direction. If you move 17 to here and 5 to here and 35 to here and 11 to here, and then you bring back 56 here, so this is the shifting that he wants. So you do not remove 56, you just move it up front here. So 11 will be not be there because it will be moved. So this is a kind of shifting, and he also wants you to move to do the shifting to the left. So you shift to the right, you shift also to the left. So you move, this 11 will disappear, will go back, and 35 will move to this direction, 5 will move to here, and 17 to here, and so on. So this is the kind of methods that I want you to use. Just be aware. As a programmer, you can use external assistance, but at the end, if you if you don't understand, so typically I many times I face problems, and then I have to search for a solution. At my time there was no AI, but there is websites that I can even share with you later, that you are able to share a problem with them and they give you solution, or even to search for people who face the same problem like yours, and then adjust the code that you see on the website to fit your problem. That is normal and this is okay. But to copy the code without understanding, that will put you in big trouble later in your future, either in your classes, because your professors will be able to detect that very easy. And of course, we heard many times about the Japanese programmer who got fired because he used a code, he copied a code from the internet without understanding, and that caused his company millions of losses. It was in the stock market software. So that is, that is need to be tricky. You cannot copy a code without deep understanding. You can copy, but understand it. I don't say if you copy code in your level without you are mastering. As a master, if you are a master, you can copy code. But if you are still a junior and don't know how to solve problems, and then you start copying code, you are killing your brain early. It's like you you're giving a baby medicine that is only suitable for adults. So definitely
Yeah.
the baby health will go bad. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So in short, that is the lab for the arrays. I will move to the now to ArrayLists, which is one of the 5 last modules that we need to deal with. Okay. So ArrayList is similar to the normal list that we deal with, but it solves a problem. So the problem is, I will explain it to you. So do you see this? This line, you have seen it before?
Yeah, okay.
So this is a list of 100 items, right? 100 string items. Sorry, not 100. I'm so sorry. It's 1000.
Yeah.
Okay. So before you deal with a list or with array, you have to specify how many items it can carry, right? So
Yeah.
that is sometimes a problem, because not every time you will know upfront how many items you want to use. And sometimes you are in a case that you actually, how to say, first, you don't know upfront how much space you need, or you need to extend the array. But when you have an array or list, it is fixed in size. You cannot change it. You have to copy to another list or array if you want to change the size, if you want to grow the size bigger. So that's why they come up with another solution, or with another arrays. They call it array list. So this array list is dynamic. When you add an item to it, it grow in size. If you remove an item from it, then it the size how to say, shrink back to fit what you put inside. So let me see. I want to show you. Yeah. So to actually work with the array list, we have to say this is. So last time we say we didn't say mention any list or anything. We just make these brackets somehow, and then we mentioned the data type that we want to put inside the array list. Last time we have a string, right? Just now we have a string, right? So just now this is your string. So this is the way in the normal list that you say that this is a list. This is the only indication, and the data type that is inside the list is mentioned here. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, but with the array list, it is slightly different. This is how it looks like. So you have to mention that this is an array list, like that. This is the data type. This is the variable name. It can change. New array list, and also the data type. So the same data type that you mentioned here is the same you need to mention here. So how it looks like, look at this.
Okay.
So this is, it looks slightly, I mean, from the syntax, it looks like it is slightly complicated, but I would say that it actually comes with a benefit to us. Because here, as you see, I didn't need to actually put any size. So it can be empty like that. Okay. So this is an array list of strings. At the moment, it's empty. It's declared and initialized to be empty. And then I will start adding to it. So last time, when you want to add something to the list, what you do? Do you remember?
But normally we just make the
Square
array, no?
brackets.
Yeah.
So you say names like that, and you put 0 here,
Yeah,
and then you assign
a
value to. Okay. So but here you need to use methods. So for names, you need to use a method called add, and then you start adding to the array. We never take append to the list, right? Did we take ever the method append?
No.
Okay. So okay, just here with the array list, we need to use add, and actually there is a list of methods that we can use to operate. Okay, We no need to master all of them, just one or two is more than enough. So
Yeah.
to add, you need to use the method add. To remove, you also remove. So here you pass it what you want to add, a string, integer, or whatsoever. Remove, you just need to mention the name of the number of the index for the elements that you need to remove. Okay, and these
Yeah.
two is a size and toString. So toString, to be able to print an array list as a string, you remember you used array toString,
Yeah.
and then you pass it list name. You pass it an array or a variable name of list of an array, and it prints up to you. So if it prints
Yeah.
if it prints to you, so it means that it is, you are able to see it properly. If you didn't use this method, you can remember last time we see like 5, 6, 7, 8, and something very strange, which we told that it is a memory address. Can you still remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so for us to actually use ArrayList, we have to make sure that we import java.util.asterisk because it's here. Okay. Okay. Do you mind, please, if I continue without you trying, that will be not so perfect. So please try to write these lines of code.
Okay. So what types do I put?
String, exactly like he's
Okay.
putting here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'll use the Mati step instead. Okay. Okay, so now I need to print it, right?
So I mean, if you write this lines, no need to print it yet until we see the code for that. Or you can use names dot. You can print it saying names dot toString.
Okay. Because when I write those 3 lines, it runs, but there's no print, like nothing prints. Yeah.
So if you try this, same like we're seeing here, toString.
Yeah. Okay.
So did you try to put this in a print statement?
Yeah, let me do that now. Okay. Yeah, so I get the two
Two names.
I get the array. Yeah, the 2 names.
Perfect. Okay. So now, okay, I would like to share with you this slide where he compare actually the old type of list that we learned before, the typical one, the basic one, and the array list.
Yeah.
So this is how he defined an array list with a string data type, and he called it list. This is how he declare it, and this is how he declares the names with the 5 position. He have to always specify number here. So this is the brackets that refer to a list. Here we have this portion that refer to that we are having an array list. Okay. And
Yeah.
you see here, this is how we store a value in the normal list. We store it this way. But here with the array list, we have to use add. And then when we are retrieving something from the array list, we have to use get. So we pass the index here, and then this get method will return something, and we can store it here. So this is how you get something out of the normal lists. Is it clear to you, the difference? Add
Yeah.
and get. Okay, good. And yalla. So, okay, again, he's also explaining the difference here. So can you tell me if you can understand anything from the code here?
Okay. Yeah, okay, so it's just an array.
Okay, but did you understand? Yes, it is. But do you understand what he's doing here? This is a different add. This is, yeah, this is
Yeah.
same. This is a different add. He's telling the
Yeah.
index where he want to add Sarah.
To put it in the first place.
Yes, here. So
Well, the one, yeah, index 1.
yes, index 1, exactly. And then what about this? He said
Yeah, so
Mary.
that's index 2. Yeah.
Okay, good. And then what about here? So he gets 3 and he put it inside store. Is it correct, Isli?
Yeah.
Sorry, we close and open, please.
Okay.